A goal by Andy Cole, the first of his 34 in the league, giving Newcastle their first point in the Premiership. They return now as leaders with a 7-point advantage over the champions, but without Cole, rested to cure his aching shins. Paul Kitson, their new signing from Derby County, also joins the injury list, but back from it come Robert Lee and Rule Fox. Fox and Beardsley will be in partnership up front. Manchester United field only 4 of the side and lost in the Coca-Cola Cup between these teams on Wednesday. Alec Ferguson feeling that this, rather than that, is the real thing. Bruce, Bannister, Irwin and McClare are joined by more familiar names, including Ryan Giggs, who's clearly persuaded his manager that his left ankle has now fully recovered. The referee, Joe Worrell of Warrington, is right, the ball slightly behind Fox. Ottiger. Beardsley is way over on the far side. This is Sellers. Beardsley moves in a bit. This is Albert! Scored his first for Newcastle in the League Cup match on Wednesday. Interesting position of Beardsley. He was wide. They were perhaps slightly looking for him, and there was a gap in the middle. Eyes on, look in. Must have just brushed the head of Ottiger. Ince. Free kick by Watson. Free kick for the challenge by Watson, which wasn't appreciated by Ince, but the challenge was from behind. Bruce and Bannister making it a quintet in a line with the far post. Giggs or Irwin? It's Giggs. Oh, what a good goal! Gary Bannister. Wonderful ball in by Ryan Giggs. And the glancing header was past Cernicek before he could move. Really good free kick. Bannister above the others. Cernicek was only looking back. Peacock couldn't get to Bannister, and it's 1-0 Manchester United in the 12th minute. He wasn't expecting it, and Cantona didn't expect to give it quite so much pace. In comes the Frenchman, good save! Very well read by Cernicek. Followed the flight really well, as did the man who tried to beat him. The goalkeeper's positioning, put out, got the block, he was in the right place. Giggs. Hughes! Cernicek from Hughes. And Cernicek has made a trio of very important saves. He's done well as Pavel Cernicek. Denied Cantona, denied Hughes once. And this was a better stop. An opportunity that Newcastle may live to rue. Really, he should have got that on target. Beresford. Just a bit too much of Albert. Keane. Kanchelskis. First man. He got past with Sellers. Got 2 others to take on. Beresford. Good cross. This is Giggs. Lovely clutch. Took his time, Giggs. Got it on the more favoured foot. very difficult ball in that beat attacker and defender alike. A really good hold. Corner. Excellent challenge. Scott Sellers who made it. Ball was cleanly won. Up again. And the flag is up. There's something, it's not going to count. The flag is up on the far side, and it was before the ball was put in. United congratulating each other, but the flag had gone up some little time before. I don't know whether the ball curled out and then back. That can be the only reason. I can only think the ball went over the line and curled back into play, and that's the reason the linesman put up his flag. And it remains at 1-0 to Manchester United, and not 2. Here's Kanchelskis again, 2 to his left. Cantona waits. And the Ukrainian may have observed the slight raising of the eyebrows of the Frenchman. Or could he care? Keane. And now the Frenchman looks at the Irishman and says, I'm standing here, why didn't you lift it? The crossbar! Breaking strike by Paul Ince. Cernacek was beaten. And the crossbar was punished. Kanchelskis right, Hughes diagonally left. McClare coming up square of Kanchelskis. There is McClare! And it's Ryan Giggs who applauds the crowd, who is brought on just a little bit with Europe in mind. Young Keith Gillespie is his replacement. To wait. Again, the ball has a charm life on the line. Hughes has had 2 of those, he's got neither right. That one was lower than the one in the first half. Kanchelskis. Straight at the goalkeeper who was... Keith Gillespie. And still... Oh! A goal of real class. Beautifully balanced, checked out, gave himself extra room. Peacock thought he was going to get the challenge there. Didn't. And the ball finishing in the corner. Kevin Keegan played his 2 cards. Alec Ferguson had an Irish ace. Hughes. Kanchelskis is on the right. 4 played 3 here. Brilliant stop. He hit it too well, really. The pace of the shot enabled the goalkeeper to make a stunning save. Hit his body, or hit his hands. All credit to the goalkeeper. I did him less than justice. Turned it up. Off. Still in. And it was a poured save. An electrifying run. They've had a point to make here, Manchester United. And at 2-0, they're surely going to make it. Out by Albert. Keane is now pumping down from this side where Kanchelskis has been, and it's just over the top. Mark Hughes unlucky. But the verve of Manchester United now. Free in the middle for Newcastle. Little nod by Gary Pallister. Steve Howie's a little fortunate. Seems to me to be a bit of holding going on there. Sellers to Beardsley. Mathy. Beardsley! He's enjoying it too much. Cantona far side. Kanchelskis shares the Frenchman's disappointment. Leon, but Mathy is offside. Well, the record will read 1-9, drawn 2, lost 1. Defeat of the champions. I bet he can't wait for the return match at St James's Park. The 3 points go to Manchester United. Alec Ferguson's team close the gap. The two managers greet each other at the end of a memorable contest. Gary Pallister, the scorer of Manchester United's first goal in the 12th minute. Young Keith Gillespie getting his first in the Premiership, and a goal to remember it certainly was, making sure that the victory would go to the home side. They deserve a standing ovation, all 22 of them. It wasn't a good afternoon for Newcastle to be without Andy Cole. They had 2 chances early in the second half and didn't take them. And in the end, Manchester United were going away from them to, in terms of points, close the gap